We are live. We are live. We are live. This is Forrest out in St. Louis. Welcome. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. In this training, very quickly, I am going to go over how to set up what you call data columns or a multi-choice columns on a Google Doc spreadsheet, primarily because one of my marketing buddies, partners, friends asked me to show her how to do it. So I figured I would share it with everybody. Absolutely cool. And for those of you that would like exclusive access to my Google Docs spreadsheet training, I've got several videos that are available for that. If you'd like that training series, shoot me a private message. I'll definitely get that over to you. For those of you that love tracking and just want to learn how to use Google Docs to go through the formulas. It's very basic formulas and how to set them up, how to make columns, how to do all that kind of stuff, how to set up data entry points so that you can update and follow up and do all that kind of stuff. So it's a pretty intense training, if you want to call it that, but it's very cool. It's very easy to follow. And if you pay attention, and you can actually open up a Google Doc spreadsheet and go through it while you're watching the training. You can pause and set yours up, and then pause and then set yours up, and then pause and then set yours up. It'll work out very well for you. So Leslie, here you go. I know you asked about it. I think it was it you that asked me about that earlier? Yes, sort of. Good deal. So I'm glad you're here. Glad you're here. So if you think this would be valuable for anybody on your team that's just having trouble keeping track of their follow-ups and their information and their data, definitely want to jump on board of this. So to get started here really quickly, for those of you that don't know me, my name is Forrest Knight. I live out here in St. Louis with my awesome wife, my fun dog who just enjoyed getting a bath today. I'm on a mission to have no more empty refrigerators, make an extreme impact, and be a legacy creator. I hope you are too. I'm going to go through this, and we're going to have some fun using some Google Docs. I'm going to show you how to do data entry today, or data columns, or whatever you want to call them, but you'll see when we get over there. So let's jump right over there. I'm going to do a screen share for you, and we'll hit share the screens. Pull this up in here. So you can see I have an absolutely beautiful, clean, blank Google Docs form here for you set up. And the way this works, and it's easier than you think it is, but we'll check this out. So first of all, at the top of your column, you can name this column whatever column you want to. And I know, Leslie, you asked about how to set up a yes and no column. It's very easy, but you could do multiple things in these columns. Maybe, for example, in your network marketing business, you have multiple tools that you can share with people, maybe like a teaser video, an overview video, different tools that you can send to people. You could actually drop that down in a drop down based on what the conversation that you had with the prospect and what you sent them, and that way you'll know what they sent them and maybe what to send them next in the series. If you're doing like a presentation funnel, or maybe you send them a 3-minute teaser video and you need to invite them to a longer Zoom or something like that, you can follow them through that process. So for those of you, hopefully, if you can see my screen, definitely it's this very simple process. One is you want to name the top of the screen. So we're just going to call this yes. We'll just do it in all bold. How's that? We'll do it yes/no. And what I want to do is I want to format this. So I'm going to go to my very first category here. And of course, I'm going to have the rest of my menu. I usually put my menu in the top row going across depending on what I have. So it'd be like name, date, name, email, phone number, social media, link, or whatever. I would put in these different columns to where I wanted them to be. So here I'm simply going to right click in here, and you got to scroll all the way down to the bottom of this. It says data validation is what you're looking for. Again, that's data validation. I'm going to do a list of range. I'm actually going to do a list of items. I'm going to do a list of items, and I'm going to do yes, comma, no. Actually, I need to put a space in there. Yes, comma, no. And I'm going to hit save. Now you'll notice it popped up a little arrow right here, but we're not done yet. We need to format this entire row. So the easiest thing to do that is come up here. If you see, if I type in Y for yes, pulls up yes. I want to just delete that. I can type in N for no, and I've got me a yes and no. Now I want to pull this all the way down. You'll notice around column E here is I've got a little bitty square down here in the lower right hand corner. You notice if I put my cursor over it, it turns into a plus sign. So I'm just going to hold that down with my left mouse button And I'm just going to pull this down here like this, and I go and I go, and I can run all the way down to the bottom, and we'll get down here to somewhere right around 100, and we will stop. So now you'll notice that entire column has the little pull down arrows in the column here. So all I've got to do, depending on what the column, so maybe one person was a yes, the next person was a no, so on and so forth. So the same thing if I wanted to enter in multiple tools, or maybe names, or any kind of thing that you want to put on a list. So you got to put the name of the list up here. So maybe this one is tool, right? Tools that you created. In the next column, I'm going to come down here. Whoops, I don't want to scroll down. I just want to right click. I'm going to come down here to data validation. I'm going to put list of range. I'm going to put list of items, and I would put in here maybe teaser, zoom, live overview, maybe, right? And a zoom might be a recorded zoom, so I might want to put in recorded zoom so I know where I'm sending them. Recorded zoom, and I'm going to put a comma in between each one of these. So teaser, comma, space, recorded zoom, comma, space, live overview. I'm going to hit save, and as you'll notice, if I just put in R, it brings up recorded zoom. So I would choose recorded zoom from that one. Before I do the pull down, though, I want to make sure there's nothing in there. I'm going to simply grab the little, put my cursor over the lower right hand corner where the little square pops up, and I'm going to drag it down to the bottom. We'll get down here so it matches the other column. And the cool thing about this, watch this, this is pretty neat. So I get all the way down here to the bottom, right? And let's say that I don't want to have to repeat this column after column after column. If I just want to, you'll see there's still that little square there. Let me scroll down a little bit so you get it in the center. You'll see this little square here. And let's say I want to pull this over several columns. So I'm going to take my cursor, I'm going to put it over that. It's going to be a little plus, and I'm just going to go over this way. And guess what I did? I just repeated that column multiple times, depending on what you want to do in the values. So like when I create my date ranges and date calculators, I'll create the one column and then I just slide it all the way over to one side, so I don't have to repeat it over and over and over and over again. It's set up in there. So here I've got to know on this day, maybe they watched the recorded Zoom. You can also just pull down if you can't remember what it is. So this one's a teaser. The next one down is my live overview. I got to put another space in there, so I need to correct the data validation because something's not working. I think I put a period, hit comma, correct that. So now it should be corrected. Yep, live overview. And you should see them when you do the pull down here. They should all be in an individual row if you formatted it right. So what I need to do here is I just got to go back down. I just got to pull this all the way up. Let me take out, like, see what I just did? Don't take it out. It's just going to pull everything down there. So I'm going to put my deal back over there. I corrected it. I'm going to come all the way back down here to the bottom. I'm going to correct that entire column. And if I need to correct the other rows, I simply just do that. And it's all corrected. And you are set up and running. So Leslie, I hope you got some value from that. If you got some value, share your #1 takeaway below. If you'd like my exclusive training series on using Google Docs for creating formulas and follow-ups and all that kind of stuff, shoot me a private message. I'll get that over to you. You'll absolutely dig it. It's a lot of fun. It's all me teaching you how to use Google Docs. Just kidding, not an ego thing. It's fun. It's very informative. It's a really, really good tool to have if you've got tons of places to follow up. I'm horrible. My handwriting is horrible, so I don't use a written formula. What I actually teach in there is how to use, put in a social media link so that you can follow up with people a lot faster. It's a really cool formula. So absolutely appreciate you swinging by. Hopefully you got some value. If you did, share your #1 takeaway. If you think your team members might get some value, let them know. If you'd like, again, if you like my exclusive training series on the Google Docs spreadsheets, shoot me a private message. I'll get that over to you. It'll definitely help you if you're unorganized like I used to be. I just have to be organized. So I love you. Jesus loves you. There's absolutely nothing you can do about it. I'm on a mission to have no more empty refrigerators, make an extreme impact and be a legacy creator. I hope you are too. We'll see you on the next live. Bye-bye.